Now it's your turn to determine if the less than symbol, the greater than symbol, or the equal symbol makes the comparison statement between two numbers a true statement. Stop this video, take a moment to write out your answers to these problems in your lecture outline packet, and then turn the video back on to check your answers. This first example compares the numbers 2 and 7/4. 2 is an integer, and 7/4 is an improper fraction, a type of rational number. So what we want to do is figure out a way to compare 7/4. One way is to start with that 7/4 and think about where would that fall in a number line. And so I can start determining that by first turning it into a mixed number. So I'll turn it into 1 3/4. And then thinking about that number 1 3/4, I could also think of that as 1.75. Both of these I can clearly see are smaller than 2. So in comparing 2 and 7/4, 7/4 is the smaller number, which means that the smaller side of that inequality symbol will go towards 7/4 and the open larger side will go towards 2. So I'll have 2 greater than 7/4. In this next one, we have the absolute value of the number -3 and the number 3. So remembering that those straight bars denote absolute value, which tells us the distance of that number from 0, the absolute value of -3 will actually simplify down to +3. Its distance from 0 is 3. So the symbol that would make this statement true is the equal symbol. The absolute value of -3 is equal to +3. In this last example, we're comparing the number 5/9 with the number 2/3. Both of these are fractions. One option would be to look at their decimal forms and compare those digits. The other is to write them with the same denominator and then compare them. So I'll do the fraction part, or the fraction approach, and compare these by writing them with the same denominator. Of 9 and 3, the least common multiple of those two numbers is 9. So the least common denominator for the numbers 5/9 and 2/3 is 9. So I'm only going to have to rewrite 2/3. So thinking about 2/3, if I build that up so that it's written with ninths, I'd multiply that denominator by 3, so also multiply that numerator by 3 and get 6/9. So 2 is equivalent to 6/9, or 2/3, excuse me, is equivalent to 6/9. So comparing 5/9 and 2/3, since 2/3 is equivalent to 6/9, 5/9 is going to be the smaller number. So writing that inequality symbol, the closed side will go towards 5/9, the open side towards 2/3, and it will be 5/9 less than 2/3.